So recently, I was in a group. Dare I say Bible study? That term is used way too loosely. I'll explain later. But there's a group of people, right? And they were talking about how we need to get the Apocryphy or Apocryphi and the Book of Enoch, and we need to study those too. And while curiosity is like, okay, what are those books and what is in them and all that stuff. So I waited a few days and I started thinking, I was like, what is so important about these books that other people want me to read them aside from the Word of God that we know today? And hesitation set in, right? My discernment set in and said, no, you do not need to read these books. And here's why. There's a reason why they were left out of our original Word of God. Because they distract from the Gospels of Jesus. The problem with our world today is that we think we know better. We think we know more than God. God, there's a reason why He doesn't tell us everything that went down. He'll give us snippets of this, that, and the other, to give us an idea of the fall and all that stuff. But do we really need to focus on it? No, we don't, because the reality of it is, while we needed the Old Testament to study the pretext of how Jesus came, why and how Jesus came, and what the laws were prior to Jesus coming to earth. That's important. It is. But do we need to focus on the Nephilim? Do we need to focus on the Watchers? No, we don't. Our focus is Jesus. Our relationship is with Jesus. Okay? Not with anybody else in that Bible. Not with anybody in the Book of Enoch or the Apocryphi. I'm just saying, folks, way too many people are distracted on things that don't matter. If it's not in the Word of God, God's saying, hey, it doesn't matter. You don't need to focus on it. Okay? I'm just saying. So please, now more than ever, you need to be in the actual Word of God and not trying to go off and distract yourself with other things that you think that you need to know. You don't need to know it for a reason. Okay? If God thought that you needed to know, He would have put it in the Word of God. Period. Focus on what's right and true. Get rid of the other stuff.